Om Shanti, welcome to a beautiful conversation between our two Didis, Jayanti Didi and Mohini Didi. So, just for you all to know that we have 6 languages for translation available. You can see the icon in the bottom and select the language whichever you would like to have it. Okay, now let's begin our little conversation program with a welcome.
There's a very lovely expression that we sometimes hear that Baba didn't come alone, but he came with the family. And so from Baba we receive blessings, but all the good wishes and support of the family carry us to our state of perfection.
And Baba is providing more than what we need. So what we have to do, be charitable.
स्वागत करते हम स्वागत करते हम दिल से सबका स्वागत हम करते हैं
स्वागत करते हम स्वागत करते हम दिल से सबका स्वागत हम करते हैं स्वागत करते हम स्वागत करते हम दिल से सबका स्वागत हम करते हैं देव पधारे अतिथि रूप में महक उठी खुशबू फिजाओं में
देव पधारे अतिथि रूप में महक उठी खुशबू फिजाओं में
मिलके करे सबका दिल से
Okay, so we would like to welcome our Avyakti Angel team as our host for today's program. Welcome.
Om Shanti everyone. I am Avyakti Balam from Avyakti Parivar.
I am Avyakti Kumari from Avyakti Parivar.
My name is Avyakti Balika and I am from Avyakti Parivar. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. So, today I am so excited because we are meeting our two Didis, Mohini Didi and Jayanti Didi, and they will have a beautiful conversation. I always see little angel and little baby sitting with me. Practice see little goddess and beautiful angel each soul. When I recognize my inner being right, this helps us create family, one religion, one world. Shanti, how are you? Oh, Shanti, I'm content. खुशी हुई अवक्ति परिवार से मिलकर मैं बहुत खुशी हुई आप यहाँ आए जब से मुझे हमको बहुत खुशी हुई मैं बार-बार नाचते रहेगा
Ah, yes. This was just a trailer from our little Mohini Didi and little Jayanti Didi.
Let's welcome Mohini Didi and Jayanti Didi.
Welcome, Mohini Didi and Jayanti Didi.
Welcome Jayanti Didi. Welcome Mohini Didi. Shanti.
वो मेरा बाबा है वो मेरा बाबा है वो मेरा बाबा है वो मेरा बाबा है ज्ञान की राहें दिखलाता आत्मदीपों को है जलाता पावन वो बनाता है वो मेरा बाबा है वो मेरा बाबा है वो मेरा बाबा है वो मेरा बाबा है
Om Shanti. Just now we met little ones, little angels. Now we welcome our Didis, Didi Jayanti and Didi Mohini. Please welcome everyone. Welcome Jayanti Didi and welcome Mohini Didi. So here there's a flower from Mohini Didi for Jayanti Didi. Please accept.
Thank you.
And also all Avyakti Parivar. Welcome Avyakti Parivar, and everyone can welcome our two Didis with one hand, waving one hand.
अपनी खुशी का किस तरह इजहार हम करें अपनी खुशी का किस तरह इजहार हम करें प्रिय बार बार आपका सत्कार हम करें सत्कार हम करें सत्कार हम करें सत्कार हम करें
Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. So today's program is very different, and now we're giving the whole stage to our two Didis. They will have beautiful conversation, and we all will be just listening. Of course, in the end, we all will get powerful drishti from our two Didis. Thank you very much, and now it's all yours.
Om Shanti to everyone, and Om Shanti to my dear sister Mohini.
Hello, Om Shanti, Sister Jayanti, Jayanti Bahan, Didi, Jayanti. It's really, really such beautiful feelings thinking of early days of childhood when we both we came to Yagya, came to Baba, and had beautiful experiences from Baba, Mama, our ancestor souls, and of course, unlimited spiritual family. So I was really, really very feeling very loveful and just went back there. And one of the reason we wanted to have this conversation to bring to the family the love of Baba, Mama, love of our ancestor souls and the family, because there are many, they were not there at that time, so at least they can have that experience. And I know that we had been good friends, good travelers, good sisters, whatever I should say, because I always felt lot of love, lot of support and cooperation from you. And I remembering Dadi Janki lot because I know two of us were around Dadi Janki lot, and Dadi always inspired us to take new initiatives and be part of everything. And Dadi taught us how to say yes, please to everything. I'm sure you must be also thinking about it's more feelings than thoughts because all the feelings emerge from that time, from the beginning of the journey.
Yes, indeed, Mohini Ben. I remember early days with Sakar Baba, and then I remember the time that you came to London and Dadi was there, and in fact, you were the instrument to request Baba and Didi and Dadi to send Dadi Janki to London. And so Daddy never forgot that and always remembered that you're getting many blessings from the share of the service that Daddy has done, not only the service that you do, but also whatever it is that Daddy did. She always said that Mohini Ben gets a share of this because she was the instrument to pull me abroad.
I
So
think
those
that Dadi knew about our future, or like Dadi could recognize what we could do. And I always felt that unless we have one Dadi in foreign countries for service, it won't be possible for us to continue. And we needed her presence. And I thought with her contacts and her relation, with all different contacts in foreign countries, she used to write letters and of course Rajni Ben and you. So I thought it's best that Dadi could come. I think that was really important for us to have Dadi in London. And it's so important for all of us, like to create this relationship with our daddies where they could trust us. And what I enjoyed most in my life was their trust in me. Many times daddy will tell me to do certain things and I will say, but I have never done. I have never done publishing, IST and all that. You can do it. You can do it. And really those her words of you can do it were like blessing for me. When now think of all those blessings which Daddy has given us, because Daddy always had elevated vision for each one of us. I think only what is necessary and was necessary to say yes to them so that whatever is their vision towards us can be fulfilled and we can be nimit or instrument for Baba's task.
It's absolutely true what you share because I never had the confidence that I should come back to London and do anything here
I wanted to stay in the comfort zone of Madhuban, but it was Daddy who said, no, you have to go. And I can see thousands waiting for Baba's message there. And so it was very beautiful to hear her speak of her vision of service abroad. And again, constantly just expanding my horizons and saying, yes, this is possible, this is possible, this is possible. And so Baba, Dadi, they always had very, very elevated vision of each one of us, but also of service. And so I know that the boundaries that we set, I set myself, Daddy would say, go beyond those boundaries, go beyond that comfort zone and do whatever Baba wants you to do in an unlimited way. And so big projects happened with Baba and Dadi's guidance in London and New York, working together very closely. Um, the retreat centers happened again with the Dadi and Baba's visions. So much has happened through the years, and this whole big family, the Avyakti Parivar and the family worldwide, that also has happened through Baba and Dadi's vision, that there are so many thousands of souls waiting to get Baba's message.
I remember that when I was leaving India, Didi Mohini at that time, of course, she gave me some personal mantra, but one thing she said, I want you to go there and I want whole world together in harmony. And when she said this word, then I thought, then we have to fulfill what Didi and Baba wants. So when I knew Dadi Janki from India very well, but I was not much in close contact because I was in Delhi and Dadi was in Pune. So I was more with Didi Mohini and later on with Dadi Prakashmani after Baba became Avyak. So then I thought to set example, no, Baba says is the best. So when I was sent to Guyana and uncle's family and some good souls start coming, and I used to call Dadi Janki very often and say to Dadi, Dadi, so that because I always feel that all of us, but my duty as Nimit is to connect the souls with the foundation, with the seed, so that they are sustained. Because I knew that, of course, each one of us have capacity to certain extent to sustain, but the true sustenance really come from those foundation or ancestor souls. That's what my belief is. So I will bring everyone in contact with Dadi Janki. So one time Dadi said that I am very, very happy that you are so capable in her words, but you still connect everyone with me and with Yagya. I said that's what I feel, that what I am today is because of that connection. So I am very happy to open rather block connection with ancestor souls and founding members because we all can sustain, but what sustenance will come from there? The foundation is definitely making us heirs, making us worthy. And I always encourage all Nimit souls at all the places, let them be connected with the seniors is very, very important. And that is what is happening now in the Vyakti Parivar. They feeling very good being close to the seniors. So this unity, and then of course, if London, New York was like sister, brother, sister, whatever, because Dadi was very, very supportive. And she always thought London and New America is same in the sense of helping us, coming very often. She said, I never missed a year when I didn't come to USA. So then this helped other continents of the world also to come together. And I feel very happy when we go in front of Avyak Bab Dada, six of us, and Baba feels happy that we have kept the world together. So these were Didi Mohini's words that unity, harmony, cooperation, sharing with each other, spiritual and other resources is really what is the best example we can set. So this was actually Didi's blessing and personal blessing I want to share. It was very powerful because it was not easy to leave India in the sense of when majority is there and we few of us are asked to go. So it was little bit of challenge or emotional both ways. But Didi said, wherever you are, especially when I came to America, it was vast city. New York is vast city, so we didn't know where how to start. And she always said that always remember your mind should be in Manmanabha and your words should be praising God. And she said that and change karma bhog into karma yoga, and this will bring success. And of course, Avyak Bab Dada used to give us a lot of blessings. So I'm sure that the vision of ancestor souls have made everything happen.
Mm, definitely. I remember how Daddy used to attend every single regional coordinators meeting that we had. And so she would sit for 3 days with us and she would listen for hours. And then when we would ask her to speak, then she would share something spiritual. And one of her intentions was that our relationship amongst the RCs shouldn't just be on the basis of service and administration and godly business as such, but it should be a spiritual relationship of an exchange of love and joy and spirituality and the things that we've learned in our own lives. We share those things with humility. And so every conversation we would have together, she would make sure that that bond was always there so that our bond remained a very strong spiritual one. And many years passed by with this, over 35 years, I think, of RC meetings. And when people would ask me while Daddy was still physically around, they would say, what happens next? When Dadiji goes, what will happen? I said, Baba will carry on his work in the same way, and the world will still stay together because Baba and Dadi have made sure that our relationship together is a spiritual one. And so that mutual respect and love and regard for each other is going to be what carries us through whatever transition happens in the future. And I see that this is the reality, that Dadi in the physical world or Dadi in the subtle form, but that connection stays very strong, and that openness with each other, that communication is a very strong one that's really signaling the work that Dadi did, but also what she wanted us to do, both in her presence, and she knew that at some point she'll become Avyakt, and so she wanted us to carry on with that. So the spiritual connection that she ensured remained very strong and constant has been a very, very powerful support.
When we were in London, Dadi came. I was there just 2 months before, and Dadi and you came. And I asked Dadi one time, I think some of us were sitting around her, that is relationship important or service is more important? She said, if there are no good relationship, there can't be any sustainable service. And I always remember that because sometimes it does happen for sake of service, we or for things connected with service, we create conflict or we have not proper understanding and good relationship. Because whenever Dadi said, if relationships are good, service will be good. So Dadi herself actually also created that example, that she came forward for us, and of course we came forward for her. And one day she said that what I am today because of all of you. And then she said, but what you are also because of me. So I said, of course, I believe in that. And So, what is needed for all of us worldwide, amongst ourselves, in centers and within the family, to have that love, to respect, and create that true spiritual love based relationship. And it's very, very important that if we have that, we are together, all the centers, all Baba's family worldwide, every Baba's child, if we all are together, our collective energy, which is very much needed at this time, will very soon bring the transition which is about to happen. Because I was thinking that how, outside world, it seems they are going faster than us little bit. The way it is going down is very fast, and whether it's moral values, whether any kind of morality is really, really at low degree. But then I was thinking we as family worldwide really has to kind of take a leap, bring big transition, change in us so that we are ready for that transition. Baba always said that, Baba says in his verse, but transition or destruction is waiting for all of you, because we all have to be ready very soon now, and individually, and I feel also collectively. So I think we have to be in that harmony, be in that loveful, and give each other whatever cooperation is required, in the sense of, on journey it could happen that some could lose hope, some could lose, sometimes there are certain spiritual needs of each other. So we should try to cooperate, support, so that we all can collectively travel, and then we make this transition happen in a very beautiful way.
Mm. I remember Avyak Bapdada has often told us that before Baba can be revealed, you have to reveal yourselves. And so our stage of perfection is going to definitely reveal Baba, but not just individually, but collectively. That God came on earth and did his task and carried out that transformation of human beings to their most elevated stage. And so, together, then, as people see us, then they know that it's not a human organization, it's not a human task that has been accomplished, but truly it has been God's task. And so, yes, I also agree that seeing the state of the world, wherever it is we're looking in every continent, it's true that things seem to be very, very critical, and things are just staying above the surface, and things can collapse at any moment. That's a fact. And so the question that Baba asks us, are you waiting for time, or is time waiting for you? Are we ready to be able to move ahead of time? Because time is our creation. So I see that time is moving very fast. And maybe I'll speak for myself, maybe my speed isn't as fast as time is moving. And I also have to move my speed faster.
Jantiben, I have seen, since you have come to Baba, of course, faith, commitment, love, whatever your heart is always with Baba and Baba's family and Seva. But also, I find that, especially after Dadi becoming aware, you have not only, you gave yourself time, and it was great that you were in Shantivan, Madhuban. I was very happy that Baba gave you that, in the sense of break also from traveling, and be at one place and very close to Madhuban, being in Madhuban. I was also happy that I was not there, I am here, because I think each one of us have different role. But I really, really appreciate that how you have come to London, and then, you have taken your responsibility, and you are staying light, and it's very, very nice to see you that way.
learning so much from you, Moini Ben, because I know that since Daddy's departure, there hasn't been a single day that you've missed. Whatever issues there may be with health, nobody notices that. Your face is sparkling and you're constantly sharing inspiration, not just with one part of the world, but it's actually with the whole globe. And so the Avyakt Parivar has brought people from all over the world together, and they're all taking inspiration from you every single day. Now, that's something that's quite a record every single day without fail to be giving that spiritual sustenance. So it's a great inspiration. So thank you. And I hope it'll continue.
One thing I would say that I won't give credit to myself even little bit for this because I know that on this seat I am sitting, Dadi Janki used to sit, and that this room actually is when Dadi couldn't go up. Our Baba's room has stairs. She said, "Let's make this as Baba's room." And then for a few years she came and sat here. And one thing I always found with Dadi that she likes spiritual chit chat. And even when we go to her, she always tell me we didn't had enough chit chat. We want, you don't give enough time. Like she always likes to have chit chat. So I just thought that we had started in January. After 7:30, we will those who are around here sit together and just churn on Murli, share something. So when I start offering bhog to Dadi, and I said I will offer 13 days, so every evening, and because of lockdown, nobody can come and help us to make bhog. So I have these two little angels. They made bhog for all these months. They are still making every Thursday, Sunday, festival, whatever came. So we offered bhog 13 days with lot of love. And then I don't know how after that, this whole thought, let's continue for another 10 days, another 2 weeks. That's how we had been. Okay, let's another 1 week. But some beautiful topics had been emerging. Plus, as I couldn't travel since 3 years to the region, it's not, I felt that whatever was my part, I played. And, but then when they started, and we were able to provide Zoom to every center, to every country in the region. And so it was very quick for them to join. So to be serving in to some extent to whole region. And of course now no one is able to travel, but I didn't travel for 2 years. So one thing I definitely feel that, which I try my best, is one is of course instrument, still quite a big word, but I am Nimit. And one time Abhyak Babdada had said, he was saying something, we had taken some good VIPs, and so Abhyak Babdada said, you all have done specials. I said, Baba, but you do all that, isn't it? So why you praise me or praise us? And Baba said, to go beyond even the feeling of Nimit Bhav, and such souls become unlimited, and Baba makes them Nimit. So it was very subtle. That means even if I know I am instrument, but I have to go beyond this awareness of being instrument, because then I always remember I am the instrument. So Nimit Bhav, go above Nimit Bhav. And that blessing I had really kept in my heart. And I feel that every one of us just have this feeling that I have to be worthy, I have to be keep increasing my subtle powers and stage, and let Baba make us Nimit. So each one of us, I think we are Baba's good children, and this Nimit Bhav, with Dadi Prakashmani also used to say, that is from where humility comes. So as I am saying that, even like I didn't know the team, they planning this whole welcome, all that, they just keep doing it. And there is so much enthusiasm, and they keep planning what is next, what is next. So I feel they are somewhere, Baba, of course, and then Dadi Janki, all of, and I feel very, very much presence of all ancestor souls these days. And many times, Dadi Prakashmani, other Dadis, but also brothers like, I don't know how I get feel lot presence of Ramesh Bhai, because he managed our, financial system, legal system. So all those souls seems to be playing a very active role now with us in completion of this task, but also for Yagya, you know, completion of Yagya is actually the completion of Baba's task. So I think that it's really a lot of amazing things are happening and will be happening. There was a time we couldn't meet, maybe we will meet once in a year in Madhuban. And now we are meeting every day, every evening. And one of the whole thing is about certain islands and certain places, they cannot go out, nobody can come. And, they are all sitting alone. Many old women, many can't come out of their homes. So they wait for the evening that we will meet the family. And when I see them, many are not able to sit even. They just lie down, but they are turning on Zoom and they can see it. So I feel that there is some kind of blessings and the good wishes of everyone who is even being part of the family, even listening is a big support. That's what I feel. So, but then, as I said, that everyone has different part to play. I am just Nimit. But Jayanti, when I find that you are tireless, what I'm saying is that I sometimes really appreciate that how not only renunciation is your main quality, because you always had renunciation, and renunciation continues every step in our life of service. But then a point comes where it's sacrifice. No? So I also appreciate your quality of renunciation and also the sacrifice once in a while one needs to do, which you are really, really a good instrument.
You've been showering me with many blessings today, Mohini Ben, so appreciate that greatly. And what I'm seeing is that I have received so much from all the ancestor souls, not just Daddy Janki, but Baba, Mama, and all these seniors, the daddies, the dadas, that it just makes me feel that I have to give the return of that. And so when Daddy used to share this story about how after Baba became Avyak, Baba was meeting the daddies and they said to Baba, Baba, now who's going to be able to give the new ones that experience of your presence? And Baba said to them, whatever you have taken, now it's your time to give the return of that. And so when I see how much I've received, then there's always this feeling that what can I do to give the return to Baba, to the daddies? And so that's a very strong motivation factor in my own life. And so at this moment now, I'm thinking about what are the expectations that Baba has had for me? What are the expectations that Dadi has had for me? And to what extent can I fulfill them? And one is all the external things that have happened, and so much has happened that is very powerful and beautiful. And so if you look at the map, practically the whole map has either a Brahmin presence or a proper center. And so there must be very few tiny little places that don't have that. So on that level, the message has gone around. But then two things: for Brahmins to reach their stage of completion, and also to find those souls who really have still to emerge, who are going to play a big role in revealing Baba to the world, the Mike souls. So I think it's these two things that are still remaining. And I think that as everybody comes together, it'll happen. I remember in 84, And I remember that year for some reasons. But Baba had said that there'll come a moment when in every place around the world, they will find those mic souls, and each of these souls will raise a finger and say, there is only one. And so when everybody has found those souls and they're saying there is only one, then yes, truly Baba will be revealed to the world. So I think that there's not much time in terms of my own spiritual journey and to reach the stage that I want to reach, not just that Baba and Dadi had those good wishes for me, but that I want to reach myself also. But also in terms of service, I think that we're moving towards that final chapter in which all of this will surely happen.
I had been thinking a lot about air source for the yagya in the sense of create smaller groups of those who are around us and had been helpers or teachers, that so that they know how to take care of yagya properly. They should be aware of everything, like we became the air. So of course mics will come, but I am more concerned of how all the centers yagya is totally taken care of in a proper way by souls who of course are honest but know exactly how to do things in the right way. But also I was remembering that Brahma Baba, how each one of us, when we came to Baba, he just gave drishti, and of course there are many beautiful experiences of those early days with Brahma Baba. But I of course, God was in Brahma Baba's body, Shiv Baba was there, but they knew that our future so clearly that Baba, and of course later on Dadi Prakashmani, Baba will hold my finger many times, hand or finger, whatever, and take me around many places in the beginning. And I used to say, why Baba is showing me this? Why Baba is teaching me this? It's only when Peace Village started, I start remembering everything. What is Bandara like? What is this like? What is, and I start feeling the presence of Brahma Baba. So as Brahma Baba, with his love and the way the teachings were, and one of the special feeling which I am person like caring, he was so minute details of each one of us were taken care of personally by him. I'm about to leave, Baba will find out which car is coming, who is going to bus station, did you take food, and then when I will go there, those days, we used to go as a group of 30, 35, and we will get like 7 days, 1 day to travel, 5 days to stay, 7 days to leave. And it was so interesting that we will be given assignment, because there were many Brahmins, many Dadis, but many were old, very few were young ones. So 1 day of cooking, 1 day of cleaning grains, 1 day of cleaning, 1 day, it's like 5 days we have to do karma yoga, because class used to be only in the morning and then meditation in the evening, night class. So it was so interesting that how Baba taught us everything. As a group, we will go take care of yagya. For me, still I have my feelings for yagya. Same. My yagya is my home, my family. So Brahma Baba's sustenance of that care, it's not just love, but the care. And care was not with attachment, not for any particular, but a very general care, which I think we all feel even now when we go to Madhuban. We are taken care of, especially double foreigners, the way they prepare, place us clean and vegetables, food, and buses, everything which is provided. So Baba's love, Baba's care, and then the sustenance which has continued until now. It's really amazing, no, how Baba's family or this Avyakt family, spiritual family, is being taken care of. So I really remember those days of Brahma Baba, when as a teenager you go, even there were a lot of difficulties to be there. When I think of what it was there, no facility at all. You have to get little water, walk with your bucket quite far, and all that. And wood fire, we cook so many chapatis, so many. But what Baba will ask me, what you all want to eat? With daddies also do. But also Baba knew what I could cook very good. I didn't know to cook until really I came to Brahma Kumaris. Mama was coming and daddies asked me, what will you? I don't know to cook anything. I'm youngest child, didn't need it to cook. So they said, okay, we teach you one thing. And after that, I could cook for 200, 300 very easily, because then the yagya keep growing. So, Baba always wanted everyone to know about yagya, about to be all-rounder, to be, taking care of yagya also is our responsibility. So the beautiful memories of Brahma Baba's days.
There was, when you were sharing about the morning class, then the evening yoga, and the night class with Baba, it reminded me of a scene in June 1968, when Baba's last Sakar year. And that was when, by then, I had started Gyan and I could understand who is Baba and what the Yagya is in a different way than before as a child when I used to come to Abu. And that was a time that it was Dadi Janki's last meeting with Baba. And her health had always been poorly. And so she said to Baba at that time, Baba, I can't do service anymore. I don't travel anymore. Dadi's health was even then not such that she could travel around in those trains. And so Baba said to her, your fortune and your future is in my hands. You don't have to think about it. Then Baba paused. And then Baba said to her, just look outside. And by then it was around 3:30 after everybody had eaten, gone to rest, and already they were up, and Baba had just finished eating by then. And so Baba said to her, you see, all these people are now just walking around and they don't have anything to do till the night class. What I'm going to do is to ask you to hold an evening class every day, and they will all come and listen to you. I'm going to give you a topic every day, and you start that evening class. And so June 68, then Baba would give her in the afternoon a topic from that day's churning that Baba had had, and Dadi Janki would take class in the evening. And the other thing he said to her at that time was, he took her for a walk around that area where today we have the Tower of Peace. And of course, that was a badminton court at that time. And where there's Indraprasth, that was just gardens, trees and rocks and things. And he took her by the hand and he said, I'm going to have a cottage built here where you can come and stay. And here they'd already started construction for a training center for Kumaris. And so Baba also said to her at that time, you come and stay here. I'll call all the Kumaris here and you will be the trainer for the teachers. And so a few months before, 6 months before departure, Baba already was planning all this and could see into the future. And then, of course, January, Baba flew away, and April, the teachers' training started. And so my good fortune was to be there in Bharat for that again. But I'm just thinking when you were sharing Baba's care for each one. So Baba's got a plan, and Baba's Trikaldarshi. Baba can see the three aspects of time. And so Baba knows the plan, and Baba shares that. And all of those things that Baba said at that time happened exactly as Baba had said. The only difference was that we didn't know that in between he would fly away and become Avyak. But apart from that, that he knew, but he didn't share at that moment. But everything that he had said, all of that revealed itself in such a beautiful way. And so, yes, today also that confidence that Baba knows me, Baba knows my future, and not just for me, but for each one of Baba's children. And so, whatever is happening, Baba has put me here, and it's of benefit for me. And so, Baba knows who I am, what I am, and Baba knows what he wants me to do. So, I'm here because Baba has put me here. And so that faith and that awareness of who Baba really is and how he does his work is amazing. And that's what's, I think, kept you in New York. And that's what's kept me here in London.
But one thing is that we all Baba's children, wherever we are, Baba is keeping us safe and Baba is providing us everything. There is not even one person in security in the sense of course, we have to be careful. We have to have, caution and cleanliness or whatever is required at this time. But I feel such gratitude to Baba to look how comfortably, how safe, how Baba has kept each one of us. So I always feel that all Baba's children, every time, of course, with their own determined and elevated thought, create that energy around, but have total trust that how Baba is taking care of us. I was also remembering that how, Mama was very young when Baba said she will be Mama. And she adopted her role so beautifully. And I always felt that as Baba said, no, her name was given Saraswati, Jagatamba. Baba also used to say that she is ahead of me because they say Lakshmi Narayan, so she is number one. That how quickly, some still ask question, did Mama become Karmatit? I said, she did everything as a student, then as mother. She took care. She went on travel in the beginning, and she will fill the treasure store for Baba's Bandara. So I think that one quality which I really loved in Mama was she got the all departments and she had to coordinate everything. So she has to give directions. Or if there is any difficulty with someone, they will come to Mama. Mama will very sweetly say, you are so good, explain something about appreciating that person, but also then she will say, Baba tells us to do this. Baba says this. She never used word I am saying, why don't you do I am saying. These days, like sometimes we feel they must listen to me. Why don't you do what I am saying? They're not doing because you're saying, right? If you say Baba is saying, so what I find that integrating remembrance of Baba is not only, yes, Baba says in the lecture you should say word Baba few times, but our day-to-day relationship amongst ourselves, we should use word Baba more. Baba tells us this morning, Baba said it this morning. It's like, so I think the remembrance will get integrated in our thoughts, words, and actions. And that is what Baba said. Ultimately, like for me, only thought I have that whatever happens physically in the world, but soul has to live in Baba's remembrance. That's the ultimate destination. And it's like remembrance can become very easy. And some yoga, concentration, all that is all right, but when there is remembrance is yoga. And to remembrance to make it consistent, I think with Mama, I learned that from Mama. Baba, reminding yourself of Baba, what Baba says, and reminding others also what Baba said. Because Baba, and then after Baba's teachings, Baba supports us, but what is Baba teaching? So there is so much these days listening to Murli, every word of Murli makes such a deeper sense and strength and clarity about what the future will be like. So even like we, Baba and Mama, whatever, a practical example, Mama was really very, very inspiring. I was very friendly with Mama because some or other we got very connected. And so I used to talk to her many times about her personal efforts and many, many beautiful things she will share. And one of the things she will always say that my remembrance is combined. It's like how much you remember Shiva Baba, how much you remember Brahma Baba. She will say what is there. For me, both are my, say relationship with both is same, father, teacher, Sadguru. Yes, Shiva Baba is Sadguru, but through whom? Brahma Baba, right? So we have Sadguru in front of us. So I feel that at this time for all Baba's children, we should integrate remembrance so that our breath, our thought, our drishti, everything has that Baba's presence. And that Baba's presence, of course, is, I think, was most important at this time for ourselves, but also to serve the world. So I know that we, the two of us met how many years ago? I don't know. Must be, must be how many years? 50 years, 55
Probably.
years. Yeah. And Brahma Baba introduced me to you, and I think he introduced you to me some or other. And so I still remember that how, we always had this beautiful, very lovely relationship where I always tell everyone that, you can play very complementary role with each other. You don't have to overtake anyone. You don't have to become like anyone. Every soul has one's own unique part to play. So recognize, I always say, let's recognize what's my part to play and then see how I can play that part with others also
Right.
because we are actors in same drama. So never any conflict or competition or anything, but it's just complementary so that our sisterly love, our friendship, our support for each other, even if Baba is one support. But I know Jayanti Ben, all of us, Dr. Nimla, we know each other's strength and we know our limits too. So when Dadi's cottage was built and it was who will live where. So Dr. Nimla just went on other side and she said, no, she said, this is the room for you. It will be good because you like to be with people. You like to be something like that because I always used to come out of my room and sit in that little space outside. And so I thought, oh, they know what what I need or what I like. Same had been with you. Why I said support because there were certain moments knowing that what challenges are with the body. You all gave me lot of facility, knowing what is right, whether I have to in the meeting, anything. So I find that yes, of course, it's a spiritual love, but then also as we have to be together, we are together. We'll continue to be together to have understanding of each other and on journey, just making everyone comfortable and happy so that we happily reach to our destination. And Jantiban will say something that there are some questions, right, from our Vyakti Parivar.
When you were talking about combining yoga and karma and integrating yoga into what we're doing all the time, I'm reminded of all the Murlis recently, Sakar and Abhyakt, in which Baba has been talking about these things. And so in yoga, there is service, and in service, there is yoga. So there isn't a separation of the two, but both are integrated absolutely. And so I find that the Murlis nowadays are really giving us very, very clear guidance and inspiration for what it is we need to do in our lives right now. So thank you for sharing your thoughts on that.
But Avyakti Parivar wanted to know that when daddies meet, to all of you meet, what do you talk? I said mostly it's service. They want, because they say, oh, that, so they want to hear the conversation so that when they meet amongst themselves, what they should be sharing some experiences, some of our churning reflection about efforts and okay.
Oh, Shanti, thank you so much. But we still want to hear a lot. Actually, I was telling Didi that I myself, it's my fortune that have witnessed that how dadis, when they meet and they talk, and it's so lovely and so beautiful. And of course, for both of you also, I have seen both of you when you both sit in the room and how you all converse. So I thought it should be also in front of the whole family, right? So that's why I would like to ask you one question. When you were together, um, do you remember any moment when you both have laughed? I know you all smile all the time, but is there any moment you remember when you all had such a good fun and you laughed for something?
I have to say that maybe there are some people who don't know this, but Moini Ben has an abundance of jokes to share. And whenever we would meet in Daddy's cottage in Shantivan, there'd be little gatherings, maybe for fruits, maybe some type of picnic or whatever. And then at some point, somebody would say, Moini Ben, can you share a joke? And Moini Ben has such an amazing memory. She'll start with one and another, and she would make us all laugh. And it was very beautiful to see that here's a yogi, but like Baba says, gambirta, ramrikta, that seriousness, but also that entertaining quality. And so we used to observe this in Moini Ben, beautiful jokes that would make us really, really laugh.
But when I and there were some of us young ones will go to Brahma Baba. Now these days do you want to meet a senior? Oh, I don't have problem, right? They think they have to go to seniors because if they have problem. But my relationship with Baba, Mama and Dadis was started differently. That so when we are leaving Delhi, which song to take, new song has come which they can use for Baba used to love, and Didi and Mohini, tell us some jokes, tell us news of the world. So whenever I go, I have to share first the news, then I have to share some. It's like they were there and they won't go anywhere much. They didn't know much about what's going on outside. So Didi always encouraged me. And as I said, we were two, three of us to go to Baba and tell Baba some very interesting things, entertaining things. And so that's how I went to seniors always to share some good news with them, share something interesting. And then also you will be surprised to know that Didi, Baba, they all used to plan to create some jokes for us. Didi will always say, I don't remember now, that if blind has to ask for scissors, it's like, so they always, and then these artificial nuts, they have wooden nuts they bring from Jaipur. So April 1st was a big thing in Madhuban where you will get big surprises. They make malai from the milk and they will mix cotton in that. So April 1st was like you have to be alert since morning. So there was this fun factor from very beginning. And you know that if you are playing and if you don't win, you are defeated. If you lose, then they will Don't, Baba also mentioned they give you a big basket. So they will bring a big basket, but not heavy, but it's cut spinach in that. No, because they used to cut spinach for next day or for evening. So they put that basket on your head. So from very beginning, Brahma Baba, Dadi, they have this humorous aspect, which is very, very important because Baba used to always say, okay, we do tapasya. We are kind of serious in our efforts, but you have to balance it with the energy. And there are two. One is karma yoga and other is fun, humorous. Like I always love to cut vegetables or I love to do karma yoga until now because I feel that my hands, like I want to do something for yajna. So karma yoga and plus balancing because you are always using your head, making decisions, turning the knowledge. That's good. But if you balance it with using your body, doing karma yoga, I tell everyone karma yoga is very important and to be light and humorous. This will give it will blend in our energy and make it very beautiful where you are very mature. You are using your head all the time, but also using your body to do karma yoga and also be very humorous. I think it's a very good combination of energy.
I remember at one point I was
Mm.
leaving Madhuban and Lachu Daddy said, I'm going to prepare some hot pakoras for you for your journey. And I said, no, Daddy, you don't have to do anything special. But she insisted. And we got on the train, and you know what the pakoras were? It was peanuts with their shells on. And so we had lots of fun enjoying those pakoras. But yes, as you said, very lovely to balance energies and to experience that fun also.
So yes, it's not Baba also on other side. Don't go extreme also in making jokes or very light-hearted in our speak. We have to keep to our royalty. We have to keep to our, maryadas, everything. But within that, it is also good to be light-hearted, especially these days, because not good news. Any news is not good news. Every news is very heavy, and we are having elections here. I don't even want to see the faces, or that is why one of the plan we are making now is that every 2 hours we will have silence for 10 minutes. And in that, silence of eyes, silence of ears, silence of mouth, silence of mouth, not even see anything, not even hear anything. Because recently, when I was offering Bhog, Baba just gave this inspiration that this will make you all go into silence and in a very subtle stage and angelic stage where you will not for yourself, but the service you have to do in your angelic form very soon will be ready. So we're planning now in Avyakti Parivar based on Thursday's Baba's message to integrate silence also. Silence means, it's like, as I said, even of the eyes, because these days is so much seeing, so much hearing, so much speaking. And then, of course, we try to have silence of mind, but then if we do not have through sense, through organs, so how to combine it so that, so I think that all is needed, keeping our maryadas in mind, that we all remain very light because Baba said joy, there is happiness, there is inner joy, which we are experiencing these days. And that joy has to be shared because the world is very sad and there's not a single day you don't hear anyone died or anyone sick every day within the family also. So I think that, yes, to be serious is good, but I still feel that, lightness and now we are trying little bit more on integrating silence also into whole day routine. And we will stop not for just 2 minutes, but 5 days, not only traffic, 5 times, not only traffic, but 10 minutes silence and we see what experiences come from there.
Shanti, our Awake the Angel team also has few questions. Can I invite them?
Yeah, sure.
Please come, Awake the Angel.
Om Shanti Didis, I have a question. What game did you play together when you were young?
When Didi would ask us questions about Didi Man Mohini, she would ask us questions from that morning's Murli. And then she would ask us and say, "This is badminton." And we needed to get the exact words that Baba had used that day. And if we gave just an answer like, "Oh, Baba said soul consciousness," then you know what she would say? She would say, "This is an old woman's answer. I don't want that. Tell me exactly what Baba said." So that's the game that we used to play together with Didi, badminton through Gyan.
But also, yes, I did play with Baba. I did play with Baba badminton, cricket with Dadiji. We played almost all the games, not like 1 hour or so, but Dadiji used to love to play, have cricket. So I used to do bowling. I have my photo somewhere I also saw. And badminton also, Brahma Baba used to play. And, I don't want to mention, but there were one or two other games. In Baba's hut, we will go and we will play with Baba. So these were the games also we played. Of course, spiritual games, but also physical games. And then also, which game I played with Gentleman? I don't know. We played separately, but of course, in Peace Park, whenever there were games, we all were part of that. So Brahma Baba always long walk every morning, and in the evening he will come out and Baba will play badminton. In the beginning, Baba played cricket, but after some time we didn't want it, because bats are quite heavy and balls are heavy too. But I still remember that Baba did play, and the gentleman must be somewhere around when we are playing.
Certainly, when it was badminton, I was there with Sakar Baba. And because Baba was so tall, Baba would just stand and Baba would be able to hit the shuttlecock. And I was tiny, and so I would have to run from here to there. Baba would win.
I was tall and I was strong. So I always kind of played very nicely with Brahma Baba.
We have another one.
Oh, sweet Didi, I have a question for you. If Mohini Didi was coming to London, what Brahma Bhojan will you make for her?
I know exactly the menu that Sister Mohini would enjoy, and I know how to make it. And we would make Sindhi curry and the green mung, and we would make sweet bundi. And that would be a meal that I think Baba would enjoy and that Didi would also enjoy.
and a potato took with it then.
That's right. Yeah.
It same applies to Didi also, right? What about you, Mohini Didi?
Yeah, I also know, and taste and with the age and whatever changes. But I know that when Dadis came or Jayanti when will come, now she of course eats very light food, but they like sai bhaji or lotus root sabji or kofta sabji, and I love to make them, and I make nicely, and of course whatever else, but these are the main items. I don't have, I don't know how to make Sindhi curry. I don't have any expertise here. But of course, the spinach sabji, lotus sabji, paneer sabji, cabbage paneer, Dadi Janki used to ask me to make for all the Sindhis. Once we had 300 Sindhis. And the kofta, they are saying kofta because I still love to make kofta.
It feels like that whole Brahma version has come to us here from made by both Didis. Next question, please.
Oh, I have another question. When did only you three, Jayanti Didi, Dari Janki, and Mohini Didi, travel together?
We traveled together to Miami and we stayed in a hotel there for some days. And Daddy was very focused that there should be a center in Miami. And I'm sure that Winnie Ben also remembers those days. It was like a hotel where we had an apartment. And so we would cook together, we would offer pork together, we would eat together. We would go off in the mornings to find places and look for Baba Center. And it was a very, very lovely time.
Yeah, Daddy, I think in Guyana, so many places, I think we were together, but of course, then one of us used to travel with her in different places. Jayantiben and myself, we were together, especially I remember the transition happening in Guyana, where she and other sister Lata stayed for 4 months. It was for them to leave, and I had to go there. And very beautifully, they gathered whole family. They were about 60, and that time it was cooking on the wood fire, and amazed to see these two young sisters cooking on that big wood fire and for 60 people. So it was very lovely experience of transition. I think this is how transition should happen, not with any struggle. But also we were together in Washington. We were together many, many times during establishment in around this area. But I was in Europe for quite a while in different countries, and so then Jayanti Ben came. We were together in London also, not very long, but few months. Then Dadi asked me to go to Canada or Guyana somewhere. So yes, we two had been together many times, and she cooks very good in her own way. I cook very good, both of us. Because one thing Dadi Janki said that to going for foreign service, two things. One, you should know how to cook. Second, to sleep anywhere because you don't get bed for a long time. Whatever you're seeing us with bedroom and all that is after 40 years. I'm in New York 40 plus years, and but we all slept on floor. We all slept anywhere, right? Mm.
Okay, next question.
Didi, I have one more question for you and Mohini Didi. If you and Mohini Didi were to go into trance together to meet Baba, what will you talk there?
Well, Mohini Didi is our official trance messenger for the world. And I don't go into trance, but if I do, then I would say, thank you, Baba, for everything that you've given me and that you've given all of us. So I wouldn't say anything more than that, just a deep thank you.
I will just say, tell me what you want to tell, because everyone will ask me what Baba said. So, but every Thursday, I had been offering now since 7 months. Some Sundays also had been offering, because with Avyakti Parivar, we have to offer books, so I do it. And I haven't gone in, sometimes I go in trance, sometimes I just offer. And just feelings of how much Baba loves us and how much from angelic world Baba is really, really giving drishti, taking care of all of us. No one is left from that, drishti. Everyone Baba gives drishti. And so always have beautiful experiences. And then I really, my heart at this time, every moment I say thank you to Baba, full of gratitude, honestly, because I have no words to say that how not only me, of course, personally I am, but for all of us Brahmin family, I constantly say thank you to Baba.
One question from my side. So I know I have heard many stories from Didi about London, that when Didi came to London and Jayanti Didi also was there and Dadi Janki, and how you all were divided with the task, who will do what and all that. So I know after that it's long journey and Mohini Didi is in New York and you are in London. Just imagine that if that time comes back and both of you are at one center and has to do service together, only both of you, what would you do?
I would say to Mohini Didi, please go to Baba and ask, what should we do today?
And that's real because when Dadi Janki we were together and lunchtime, it was 12 o'clock or something, Dadi will say, go and knock the door of Baba and ask him what we should do because services was taking time, students to be regular. And that was like every noon time, go to Baba and tell Baba. But also that's where actually main thing happened is that Janti Ben was calling from Guyana. Dadi went to other house. You take the phone, and I was offering Bhog, and Baba said to me, "You go to Guyana." Baba has never said to me directly while offering Bhog. And other side, Janti Ben was calling Dadi to tell her it will be very good at present situation if Sister Mohini can come here. So I think that it's amazing connection there with everything. Mhm.
Also, I have seen that Dadi Janki ji, she is holding one hand of Moini Didi and one hand of Jayanti Didi, and she would love to walk like that. And she would come up on the stage like that and just give drishti. Just imagine that if all ancestor souls comes to you, they are all around you, and how do you feel about that?
I think we feel it. Let's take drishti from all of them. Let's have drishti time.
Perfect.
Okay, so it's almost time now, and I know we have many questions, but maybe some other time we'll arrange again. And many of you might having a question in your mind also. So of course, in future we can arrange something. But now we'll be having very powerful meditation together, and our both didis will give drishti to all of us. So please. Everyone sit properly, and we have more than 400 Baba's children who are already in video, and you can see on the screen Didis, and please give powerful drishti with Baba, and then we'll say goodbye to each other.
क्या खूब ये, क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है, क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। मिल रहा है चैन यहाँ, मिल रही निजात है, क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। कोई विचार है, ना कोई आवाज यहाँ, ना कोई विचार है। रोशनी ही रोशनी, आनंद बेशुमार है। रोशनी ही रोशनी, आनंद बेशुमार है। हो रही है रूबरू यहाँ तुमसे मुलाकात है। क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। आपकी ये रोशनी जादू है मुझ पे कर रही। आपकी ये रोशनी जादू है मुझ पे कर रही। खूबियाँ सब आपके मुझ में यहाँ है भर रही। खूबियाँ सब आपके मुझ में यहाँ है भर रही। तेरी पनाह की मुझको यहाँ मिल रही सौगात है। क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। तारीफ से परे प्रभु ये आपका बसेरा है। तारीफ से परे प्रभु ये आपका बसेरा है। चमकीली तेरी दुनिया में सवेरा ही सवेरा है। चमकीली इस दुनिया में सवेरा ही सवेरा है। ना वक्त का है अंत, ना ही वक्त की शुरुआत है। क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात।
It was lovely to be with you, Sister Jayanti, for such a long time. And really, we feel you are present here and we are together. So,
Thank
really,
you.
really.
You've been very, very generous with your time and your words and wisdom. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be with you. And many thanks to Bhumi Ben for arranging all of this.
Thank you to all our Didis, both of you. And we are so happy to call you Didis now. I feel so good, and I'm sure everyone. And thank you, because now you all are there for us. And we don't have many daddies around, but you Didis are there for us. And I really wanted, my bhavna was that what I have seen, witnessed, and heard, we wanted to bring that in front of whole Brahmin family. And of course, everyone, please bring your flower. We want to give Didi's flower. Everyone has brought flower for both of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.